And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the UFC Gym in Torrance. You may be able to hear some noise. That's the typical music that's here when people are working out. And I'm sitting here with the first person, the first interview for the UFC Makeover edition. Jeff, why don't you tell everybody your name and what you do?
Oh, my name is, like I said, Jeff Brookes. I am an electrical contractor, 3 generations here in the South Bay, and just your average Joe, basically.
Your average Joe.
Your average Joe.
Well, average Joe. I saw some of the pictures that are online. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your story?
Well, I was at a place in my life where I just wasn't sure. You're at that point where you're striking 50 years old, and you're getting close, and you're overweight, and you're just not happy with yourself. So one day, I decided while I was driving down, while I was seeing the UFC gym here in Torrance being built for months, drove by and said, you know what, it's time to make a stand. And I went in and signed up, and that was in January of 2012. Came in, met Antonio, and did your measurements and all that stuff. And I was at 265, 267 right in there when I first started. And just through the help of the gym, through the help of the trainers, shout out to Fernando Vargas. He's an excellent trainer, and I highly recommend him.
Excellent.
And I went from 265 down to 225, but I could say now, as through learning nutrition and workout, now I'm kind of on my way back up in weight a little bit, but the trainers say that's muscle building now, so. But yeah, my story is just like, I guess, a lot of us men in our late 40s, is that we look at ourselves in the mirror, and in my case, I wonder if my wife or me, who had the bigger boobs. And it was.
I'm in my 50s. I have no idea what you're talking about.
So it was a time. It's just, I think as you get older, you start realizing that you want to live a little bit more, because when you're growing up, you don't understand that. But when you start hitting your late 40s into your 50s, your life becomes more clear. And in order to enjoy it and learn more, health is a big part of it. And so that was the big thing that I had to make a decision on, was my health. And not only was the coming to the gym working out, but having the instructors and having the people here and the support here of just the local members, of their knowledge of food intake, calorie intake, how many calories to burn. I mean, here an example. I thought that at the beginning that if I had an intake of around 1,500 calories a day, work out 5 days a week doing 2 classes, sometimes 3. I'd mix in a DUT class. I'd be mixing in, which is that's a cross-training class. We'd be doing a Muay Thai, a boxing, or then I'll throw in a TRX class, but I usually do 2 or 3 of those. That I was losing the weight, but I wasn't gaining anything. I was losing arm strength, I was losing all that. And by coming to this gym and learning from other people, is that, it's not necessarily you think, I'm going to drop my calorie count down, I'm going to work out hard, I'm going to lose weight. Well, you're also going to lose muscle too.
Right.
So what I learned was that there is a proper intake of calories per your exercise regimen. So if you plan on burning a certain amount of calories and are doing these 2 classes and burning, say, 1,800 calories in 2 hours, well, you need to make sure that you're bringing in over 1,800 calories, or right in that 1,800 calories. Otherwise, you're just going to be, you're not going to gain any muscle. You're going to, in fact, lose it, as what I learned in the beginning of this stuff. So, as far as the gym goes, it was a great deal that I made a decision to come here. Tell you the truth, I was on my way to Bally's, but that place was closed, and so I stopped off over here. But the part driving by every time, yes, I seen it every time. But it was one of the best. I should say one of the best. It was joining the military was the best thing I ever did. But my second best thing was coming here to the gym.
Now, you mentioned Bally's, and of course there's been a lot of gyms forever. Jack LaLanne's, Bally's, all kinds of gyms. What is it about the UFC that made Jeff drop the weight? Did you go to the other gyms at all?
I used to belong to Bally's. Actually, that's the reason why I probably was going to go back, but it's been quite a while. I think what makes this gym different, and I don't think, and to be honest with you, I think all the other ones are just going to fall to the side. This gym has everything you can ask for, whether you're a little kid growing up, a little kid learning martial arts, or unfortunately with this day and age, the parents feed them bad food, and we have an obesity problem, and so to help your kids there get a little more cardio and stuff, or you want to do any of the classes, they have every class you can possibly think of to do. The trainers are top notch. They're trained to understand what your limits are. I mean, you can not really tell them when it is, but they can see where you're maybe doing a little bit too much, and they'll back you off a little bit. You're not being pressured into keeping up with the group per se. You work at your own level, and then you increase your endurance through the classes. But there, like every equipment, you can go to the back of the gym over here by the bag area, and there's just regular the equipment, not the free weights, no, but there's 3 different sections. And the way the UFC gym has them is that each of these sections are based on your experience at the gym. So you got the very far back one by where all the ab bars and stuff are. That one is for the very beginners. And then the next one, maybe you say level 2, level 3, 4, and then so on to the free weights. So you can work your way from one to the other, and then you work from A down to Z, and it gives you a full body workout, just the way they have it set up. The instructors are the best. They treat you well. They motivate you. They push you when you need to. They pat you in the back when you don't expect it. The people around here it's like it is when you see online when they're talking about a family atmosphere, it really is. You may not know Tom, Dick, and Harry, but I guarantee coming here for a few months, you're going to probably go out afterwards and have whether it's a protein drink or a beer in my case, with one of your the guys that you're working out with. But the family atmosphere is what the big thing for me.
Right. And how long was it after joining that you decided in your own mind this was the place to be?
The first week. It was the first week that I got the personal trainer, and it could, just whatever packages you get and stuff. But I got a personal trainer. I tell you, the first day I wasn't sure about it because I haven't worked out in years, and I was so sore. I was just about ready to give up. But the motivation of them either texting you, calling you, when you come in there, let's get this. That's what that really pushes you here. While we're doing things ourselves, we really don't necessarily see it. See the gains, see what you've done, where you're at. You don't really remember, you don't see that too much. But when you get your coaches pushing you and telling you, hey, you know what? You may not know, but you did 50 more push-ups than you did a week ago or 2 months ago. You go, you know what? Yeah, I guess so. He goes, don't you remember? You can even do one.
Right.
So that's one of the main things is that there's this, the whole atmosphere is what is really gotten here. It's not just one particular thing. It's everything in the whole. It's from the reception girls up front and guys, because there is one guy there, to the staff that gets you involved in here, to all the trainers, to the equipment, to all the classes, and I think one of the main people who really drives me to this, and like I said, I'm going to give him another shout out, as dirty it is Fernando Vargas. He is one of the top trainers. He's a great trainer. He's just a very good guy, keeps on you, makes sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. We like to slack, and we need someone to push us not to slack, and that's what he does. But overall, it's the gym itself is what keeps me here all the time.
Excellent. Jeff, where are you at now versus where you were before, and what's your long-term goal?
My long-term goal is I want to be better shape at 50 than I was at 30. And I'm getting there. I started out at 265, and I am now roughly around 225, 228. Matter of fact, I'm going to go either today or tomorrow, and I'm going to go have the pinch tests and the strapping done to find it. This is my 1 year. So I wanted, January is 1 year, but I wanted to see where I was in 1 year. As far as my stamina, my health, my food intake and all that stuff, 100% turnaround. I couldn't ask for anything different. I'm in a lot better shape than I was a year ago. That's for darn sure. I couldn't even walk up some stairs without getting all hot and bothered, or even carrying an extension ladder for my work. Now it's, like I said, I got 1 year off of 50, and I'll keep up with any of these little 30-year-olds. I guarantee you that.
Excellent. And what has been the family reaction to all this?
My family they've been very supportive. My immediate family, it takes them a little time. I live with a bunch of hardcore Scottish women, so they really don't express all that much. I know they can see the difference, and they push me to doing this. I know on my personal side, my mothers and father and stuff like that, they can't believe the difference. Although it's been around 7 months since I see my mother until this Saturday, so we're looking forward to seeing that, to see how she feels with that. But from all my close friends to my family members that I do see, it's a big difference. I was 267 for a long time, and now I get, whether it's Facebook, whether it's a text, hey, I love you, how you doing? Great job, keep it up, you look great. So yes, it's good. It's not only for your health, but it's good for your mind and for your, what do you want to call it, the ego or your spirit.
Excellent. Now, you said you were 267 for a long time. What do you think got you there?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
You were 267 for a long time. How did you get there?
Oh, fast food, lots of beer, lots of, little background on me. I am a certified chef. It's not what I do by trade anymore, but I love to cook. So I have a construction company and didn't make my lunches, so I hit every fast food place you can possibly think of and eating that. The guys get together after work, drink about a 12-pack of beer with everybody, that type of stuff, go home, and my way to relax is in the kitchen. And unfortunately, the way I cooked in the kitchen wasn't prudent to the way I should have, and so yes, that's how I blossom up, and just not working out and sitting around on the couch watching TV and stuff like that. That's just, it's bad eating habits, bad lifestyle.
Right. Now, you mentioned you were in the military. What branch were you in?
United States Army, 7th Special Forces Group.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your service.
I appreciate it.
How long were you in? Were you in one term, or?
I was in part of the Iran-Contra affairs, so I was in from 84 to 87, and then when the whole Oliver North thing came about, we all had, when Iran-Contra affairs came about, and I should say newsworthy, then we all had to leave the military. But it was, I was in very good shape then. It was one of the best times of my life, I can say that for sure.
Excellent. Now, what would you say to our listeners? There's people out there, obviously, who are sitting on the couch listening to this, and they're not really sure about, people hear UFC, and the first thing they think of is the Ultimate Fighter. I know myself, I talk to a lot of people, they're like, well, I don't know if I could get in the cage, and I tell people, look, the cage is it's an option. It's mainly a gigantic workout gym. What would you tell people at home that are the old Jeff?
I don't know if this is the right word, but I think you're reading into UFC is the biggest misnomer for this gym, because it is. This gym is a family-oriented, from little 8, 9-year-olds to myself, people in our 50s. We have the people, ultimate fighting people here too, but the gym is designed for everybody. it's not just the fighter. If you want to get that fighting experience, you can do that. If you want to get that fighting training, but still be that lover that you are, you can do that too. You don't have to. All it takes is just getting up, coming down, try it for a week, because they give you a free week trial. Sit in here, try it, talk to the guys here. You'll be hooked. You will. It's just they make it that fun, especially the classes. You start to build a camaraderie with people. You know, you show up to classes every day. The same people show up every day, and so you look forward to seeing these same people every day. Talk a little bit when you're stretching and all that stuff. But yeah, it's not just for the fighter. It really isn't. Sure, do we have guys you watch on TV show up at this gym? Yes, we do. They live close by here too. Yeah, so you do have that. Do you want to get trained by guys who've been in the ring? You can have that too. Do you want to get guys or women, I should say, because we have some really tough and really good women. Yep. Matter of fact, I think, don't we have the World Championship Muay Thai?
We do.
We do?
We do.
And she teaches the classes too. It goes all the way back to, there's, Brenda, who does the Fight Fit and Muay Thai. You got her husband, Danny, who teaches the kids, the youth. And from what I understand, he's very well known in that particular part of it, and he's really good at it. Also, he does a TRX class. But there's everything. I mean, you got a Fight Fit class, which is geared towards training as a fighting athlete, but you don't do any of the getting punched in the face. It's the cardio part of it. It just takes to get off your rear end is what it takes.
Yeah. And do you have, I'm going to put you on the spot here, what is your favorite thing about the gym? And you only get to pick one.
It's kind of sounding kind of weird on others, but it's my trainer, because of what he's done for me, how he's helped me.
And who's your trainer?
Fernando Vargas. It's just what he's done and how he's got me to get from one point to another. I couldn't have done it by myself. And there's many things that I like about it, but if you're going to put me on the spot and pick one thing, I have to give him a shout out, because I would have not lost all that weight and been in this transfer if it wasn't for him. There's no way around it.
Excellent. And do you have a goal weight?
I'm looking around 200. I want to drop the body fat. I want to drop another 10-11% body fat, get down to 200, and then work myself back up to 225, 230, but as in muscle only.
Right. And I didn't ask before, but what's your routine now, week to week?
Okay, well, today, let's see, Mondays are my TRX Mondays. Tuesdays I call Free Weight Tuesdays. Wednesdays are TRX Wednesdays. Thursdays are Free Weights Thursdays, and Fridays a Fight Fit class. So I'm doing 5 days, one class right now. I was doing 2 classes, but you kind of get a little burnt out of it when that's one thing about this gym. It gets you so go, and you want to do all these classes, but it really just takes a toll on you. And so I just scaled down to one 1-hour class, and with the right diet, that's all you really need is hit with one of these classes, eat right, and do a class. But that's it. I do 2 TRX twice a week, Fight Fit once a week, and then I weight train by myself and cardio on the other 2 days.
Excellent. And for somebody, again, just sitting home listening, as a beginner, what would you suggest if they come down and sign up? What would you suggest that they start with?
A trainer. It really is. It's that important, because you can hurt yourself, and I did it. Yeah, I hurt my shoulder. You can really do it. The best thing to do is come in here, get with a trainer, tell them what your goals are, and flow with it. Let them sculpt the exercise to you. The longer you stay with them, the more resistance you're able to build as far as strength goes. They'll sit there and tailor as you go along as what you need to do. But the first thing, and that's the main thing that's important, is to get a trainer. If you don't know what you're doing, even if you do know what you're doing and you just haven't been doing it for a while, just get one of the trainers here. I think with your initial subscription into this gym here, I think you get like 3 or 4 training sessions with them. So that, and take it up because it's so important, so you don't hurt yourself, because it's so easy to do. You think you go in there, okay, you're all this motivation, and I'm going to lift, and next thing you know, you're on the couch for another 3 weeks eating ho-hos because you blew your shoulder out.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do here? A lot of people have like a favorite machine or a class.
TRX.
Really?
It is. It makes me, as Fernando say, if you ain't puking, you ain't trying. And I could tell you one thing: you give it everything, that class will get me right about to that point every time, and you feel it the next day. No matter. I don't think you can master that exercise, the TRX class. I don't think it's possible. There's so many things. It's just the resistance. There's so many different things you can do with it. Whether it's you're doing a regular pull-up on the TRX, or you're doing a reverse with your own body weight, slowly pulling down. It's just so much to do. I don't think you can master it. It's one of the hardest things for me, I feel. The CrossFit Duck class is really hard too. That's probably a little bit harder than the TRX class, but my favorite is the TRX. I feel that I get the most out of it because it's a full body workout for 1 hour, and you're guaranteed. I would say 1,100, 1,200 calories within that hour, and you're soaked.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, are we going to see Jeff in Tough Mudder?
I'm working my way to it. I am. We're working on my knees. My knees are not the greatest. Running for me is something that I would like to do, but it's very difficult for me. I'm going to do that. I've never done a 5K until 4 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
And so I did that, and that's one of the things too about this gym. It got me motivated, worked out, got me feeling better. So there's things like little 5Ks, and but it's the charity 5Ks, charity 10Ks and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to get more involved with. But yeah, the Tough Mudder, I just missed it this last weekend with some friends of mine. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, my nephew's busting on me to do it, and I'm saying I'm going to wait until maybe a couple of years.
Yeah. Next summer. I'll give me a goal of next summer.
Yeah.
Because I have till, I want to be, my end result goal is April 27th, or April 24th is where I want to be at my weight.
Excellent.
And that's where I'm going to go. And that's one day prior to Stagecoach that I go to every year. And so I want to make sure I am in top shape. This year I missed it, so I put it off until another one. But yeah, April's where I want to be, down to only be 200, which, it's attainable.
Right.
I don't starve myself on diets. I eat very well. And, just for the record, like I said, sit down on the couch and want to come to the gym, don't do a diet. They don't work. It's not. Change your lifestyle, change your eating habits, and work out. I was told, and it's a true fact, is that, they say 10% of your body is the workout, 90% is what you put into it. And so that's where your diet comes. That's really important, is you got to get yourself a good diet, and then your gym is just to complement what you've been eating. It just helps you, work out and tone yourself. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Well, Jim, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to sit down with me. And as a give back to you, what or who would you like to plug? And I'm just going to shut up and let you talk.
Everybody here at the gym I like to plug. Fernando Vargas, like I said, it's about the third time I shamelessly plugged his name. But if you come down here, you want a trader, you go to him. There's everybody. There's so many. There's Danny. There's Brenda. Just everybody. You can't specifically. I'm picking one person because that's who I've worked with and he's helped me. But it doesn't mean that he's any better than everybody else here, because they're all going to work really hard for you. You got to work hard for them, and then they'll work really hard for you. So my plug is for the UFC Gym, for everybody who just wants to better themselves, come here and do it. Get on their website, join it on Facebook. And the good thing too is get on Facebook and there's people putting out whether it's a protein drink, whether it's a low calorie diet, or not really a diet, like I said, diet, but just healthy eating, I should say. Because one thing, and another thing too, is calories do matter, but if you're being very extreme about it, calories really don't matter. It's the healthy food that you're putting in your system, the nutrition, the nutrients, and stuff like that. And it's all learned from here. I didn't know any of this stuff, and now I know exactly what my body needs to recover. I know what it needs for my pre-workout. I know what I need to sustain my energy for work, and I know what I need to do every day to keep in shape.
Excellent. And you did say you own a construction company, right?
Yes, I do.
Why don't we give you a plug for your construction company?
Well, I'm here in the South Bay, 3 generations. It's called JCB Electrical. We do any type of residential, commercial, and industrial work. We specialize in troubleshooting your problems. We don't come into your house and say, oh, you need to replace it. No, we fix it.
And how does anyone get a hold of you through that construction company?
You can look us up on the internet at JCB Electrical. That's jcbelectrical.net. Or 310-374-2766 is my number.
Excellent, excellent. And do you come down and watch the fights?
It seems I have not yet, but I know they're free for all us members and stuff like that. This next fight I'm going to, I have not yet. It just seems something's always come up, and I just haven't made it to here.
Well, Jeff, I'm going to give you an open invitation. If you come down and you see me sitting at the table covering it, feel free to come by and take a seat and give your opinion of the fight.
I definitely will do that. I appreciate it.
Excellent. Jeff, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Take care.